So it's Thursday the 26th of March and the car is all ready now for its first European road trip. Tomorrow morning Rick and I are setting off at 7 o'clock to head over to Detmold. We're going to stay the night in Detmold, and then in the morning on Saturday morning we're going to take a 20-minute drive to Paderborn to have a look at a R129 SL, a 96 model, and then we're going to drive to Ghent and have a night in Ghent before we then return on Sunday morning. So looking forward to giving the 400e a real run and loading her up with Rick and having a couple of great nights. Mission accomplished. We've bought the car over near Detmold at a place called Salzkotten from a company called Classic Atelier. We met Gocken there this morning, the owner, and we've test driven the car and she was absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to be coming back in a couple of days to collect the car and drive it back to England. In the meantime, we've headed over to Ghent where the sun's shining, it's dry, it's sunny, and we are going to go out now and venture into Ghent and have a really nice afternoon and evening. So it's been a really, really good 2-day trip with Rick and I together. So we're really enjoying it. And this is our last day and we're back in the morning. So we're in a very rural position, about 7 or 8 minutes from the nearest town. It's called Hotel zur Ich, and it's like a sort of roadside motel really. It's owned and run by a chap whose father is a tennis coach, and his son Alex served me last night. He's the guy that's looking after it while his father's on holiday. He's a professional tennis player in Germany. He actually plays for the national team. He's a professional tennis player, and his father has set up this paddle tennis court here, which apparently gets people from all over this part of Germany coming and booking to stay in the hotel. So it's like a proper business model that they've set up. Alex himself doesn't play paddle tennis, he plays proper tennis, but apparently I'm the only person that's going to want breakfast this morning, which is interesting. And I've just seen 2 British registrations in the car park, which is going to be interesting. In fact, 3. I'm the only person in the restaurant and they have kindly laid on a really nice breakfast for 1. So I'm just tucking in now. So we now have the 500 SL in the emerald black with BBS alloys and an MAE exhaust system delivered to Hotel zur Ich near Salzkotten with its 1-month plates ready to be driven back to the United Kingdom for registration there. And it's now got its hard top. It's looking fantastic. The colour really is special, and I think that combined with the wheels is what gave me the desire to buy this car. Yes, there's a few things that need to be done to the car. It's a little bit worn in places. There's some quirks and things to fix, which I've knowingly bought into. It is 30 years old after all, so I've got to expect that there is going to be something to be done. That said, I did pay the upper end for this, but I just kept coming back to this car every time I looked at what was available on the German market. And there was 50 or 60 other versions that could have been bought But I just think that the combination, the colour, the specification, the AMG spec that was a Mercedes factory ordered option is quite unusual. This was pre-merger, don't forget. Mercedes hadn't bought AMG at this point, so it makes it quite a rare specification, because it was more of a partnership between Mercedes and AMG at this point. It wasn't a legal framework that they had as such. I think the rear end looks absolutely fantastic, and I just think that these MAE pipes are just so 80s and 90s and on trend with that whole look. So we're now going to head to the UK. I'm going to have to get some fuel, of course, and suss out how the sat-nav and Bluetooth works so that we can safely get back to the Channel Tunnel. So we've just got past Dusseldorf, bit of heavy traffic. We're doing well. It says that we'll be at Calais at 4 o'clock. But I've pulled over because a coolant light has come on in the car, which has gone off a few times. But Steve said to me, if it stays on, have a coffee, let the car cool down and top the coolant up. It may not need it, and it might be a faulty float lamp, but I'm not going to take a chance because the light stayed on now. So I'm just going to stretch my legs here, just on the other side of Dusseldorf, grab a coffee and then get a bottle of water and hopefully top up the fluid and not have any more issues. Well, the verdict's out. I've now made it back to Calais and we're getting ready to cross onto the Eurotunnel now, back to Folkestone. The journey's been exceptional. The car has driven like the most amazing car I've ever driven. I can honestly say it's better than any car I've driven. It is just a machine like no other. The R129 clearly was an excellent car that I just missed during the 90s. I had a brief experience of driving the 500 SL that was the Stirling Moss car I had, and I remember how much I enjoyed that, driving it back from Hampton Court one day to Rootham after an event. And I remember being on the M25 on a Sunday afternoon when it was absolutely empty and just thinking, God, this car's incredible. But I didn't really experience the R129s when I had them. Now I'm in one and I've bought one and I've driven it from Germany, which has taken me, I left at 10 o'clock this morning and I'm back here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm so refreshed and I am so comfortable. I just can't believe how amazing this car is, and I'm just raving about it, to be honest. I mean, I've got a list of bits that need doing, but I really want to keep it as much as possible how it is, because it is just such an amazing car and it is a beautiful machine. So I'm full of it. I mean, I'm like a kid in a sweet shop now. It's just like a kid with a new toy. So it's just incredible.